Greetings, Keechlings. Keechlin Prime here with another My Hero Academia power-up video. This time we are tackling, and I may butcher this name, Eijiro Kirishima, aka Red Riot. Kind of pumped for this one because I had a breakthrough the other day about some ideas. I only had like a couple, so it was like, yay, I have more than what I normally want. I always try to go for three fairly realistic, true to the character kind of things without pushing it too far. And given the hardening quirk, I think I accomplished my mission. So, with how his power works, he hardens up whatever part of his body, or his whole body, as in, Red Riot Unbreakable, which I didn't get to those kinds of levels of power. I figure it was best to kind of go a bit more simplistic with it. Starting off with the first one, the name is not the best, but Shark Bite or Crunch. I also thought about maybe Bloody Crunch to keep the red naming scheme in there, but maybe that's not a move you need to be saying when you're a hero. But anyway, given Kirishima's already sharp teeth, I figured why not utilize them? He can harden them. So, a real basic move of just him hardening his already sharp teeth to bite an opponent, or say if he's been captured by a hero and like his hands are bound, he can then go and just eat his way out of his restraints. So many words I could have used, bonds, whatever, but no, I'll just stay with restraints. And then he can free himself, or possibly free an ally, a hostage, things like that. So, simple but effective move in a few different categories. So, next we have, which was actually the very first one I ever came up with, Drill Knuckle. Okay, he starts off by hardening up his body, or just his hands really in this particular thing. He starts by running at the person and jumping at them. And then while he's extending his arms for like a double punch, he kind of contorts his body into a spin midair, into a horizontal spin, and just drives those hardened fists into the target. Hence the drill part. Be it if he actually hits them with his knuckles, whatever, it just sounds cooler. Next we have Red Shards, keeping with the color naming scheme. He already has like rocky spikes on his skin and such, so I figured if he focuses that in one area, they could probably grow much longer than what we normally see. Well, if you consider that it is his skin that's hardening, but it's that much is growing, maybe he just breaks that off, and then it's like dead skin cells for him, without causing any major, damage to his body or effectiveness as a hero in a situation. But yeah, so he grows some spikes, and he'll break them off, and then he has either projectiles, caltrops, which, fun thing, and this is kind of why I used the caltrops idea. I was like, well, they're jagged things you throw on the ground, why not work? Turns out in the American Civil War, they had caltrops. They looked like ball bearings that had been bashed in on several points so that they had kind of a studded appearance. I'll have a picture up there. So I figured maybe something closer to that. And then, he's got that for, stopping people from pursuing him when he's breaking into somewhere to save a hostage or something. So, or just as a projectile caltrop throw. I don't know. And then finally for Red Shards, if he extends it to the point of, few inches long, maybe. I don't know, maybe if he grew it the length of his arm and then he just kind of broke it off as one piece, he has a prying tool for like prying open like a lock, or it could be like a lockpick, or prying open a door that's jammed or something. And then I thought, well, he can kind of already do that with just using his hands. He's like jam them into the door jamb and then just rip the door off its hinges. So this could maybe be for an ally. Ones who don't have super strength or enhanced strength or hardened fingernails. But next we have Diamond Buckler. Playing off the fact that he already has like a rock-like exterior when his power is active. I thought, what if he just focused it like into one arm, to where the point where it gets like maybe on the same level as Unbreakable, but like because he's only focusing it on one portion of his body, it doesn't have such a detrimental effect on him, where it has like low like usage time of, I think it was like less than 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'll put a little note. So yeah, like you can't really use all that power that effectively, but Diamond Buckler could be a more limited extent of that, where he just does his arm, and maybe even with the like kind of with the red shards, like it kind of extends out and it becomes more of like a little shield. And for those kind of like, what does a buckler mean? Well, it's a medieval like miniature shield. It's essentially, you still use it as a shield, and like once you've defended and blocked an attack, you can then counter strike by basically using it as brass knuckles or a punching implement, which, hitting someone in the head with a little shield is probably going to be effective. So I figured something similar to this, so he can block and then he can quick counterattack. And then finally, we have Crimson Spear. We already have the shields, why not give him a spear, am I right? This one, the name of it is inspired by his personal hero, Crimson Riot, which is where he derives his Red Riot name. Also, it goes a step further with how Crimson Riot's quirk works, where he would harden his hair, or put like what looks like armament hockey on the end of his sharp hairdo, and it becomes like a spear. Kirishima could easily do the same thing, because the boy has spiky hair. I mean, like, it could be varied a bit. Like, normally he'd just have his regular hairstyle and it would harden, and then he has like multiple little spears basically. But if he wants to be more focused, all he has to do is kind of like shape his hair a bit and then harden it before it pops back into its normal style. So then that gives like a few variations that could be useful in certain situations. Not really sure why one would be more effective than the other, but hey, options are, good thing. So yeah, those are about all the ideas I really have. I may come up with more in the future and do a volume 2 like any of the other characters. But yeah, sadly I couldn't come up with any equipment for him that would be really effective with his quirk. Maybe next time. But anyway, let me know what you thought, any ideas that seemed interesting that you've come up with or anything, maybe improve upon the ones I've illustrated here. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and my Discord, links down below. Until next time, Quiche Lings, roll out.